Every great downfall begins in silence, not with a crash, but with an empty look, a fake smile, a shadow in the eyes of someone who once shone with his own light. That's exactly what we're witnessing now in Can Yaman. Day after day, his essence seems to fade away, while many try to disguise it as love. But this is not love, it's something else. Since Sarah Bluma entered his life, nothing has been the same. She slipped into his world like a sweet, elegant, but devastating poison. Many see a romantic story, but I see a warning, because Can is no longer the same. He used to be disciplined, serious, focused, a professional who protected his image, his career, his values. And now, we see him kneeling on red carpets, surrendering to a theatricality that doesn't belong to him. Where is the Can who used to talk about personal growth, goals, and life philosophy? Today, there's only a figure repeating empty phrases, posing like a soulless model. His eyes have lost their spark, and that hurts, not just the fans, but those who truly know and love him. Sarah didn't accompany him, she absorbed him. She pulled him away from his roots, his beliefs, his family. She didn't help him grow, she made him vanish. She's a constant presence in the media, always seeking the spotlight, always provoking. And he, once a symbol of humility, now looks like a prisoner in a story he didn't write. I don't want to exaggerate, but this relationship has damaged more than just a public image. It has broken a deep bond between Can and those who admired him for his authenticity. We can no longer defend him like we used to, because what we see is not a slip-up. It's a fall, a change of path that feels like betrayal. And the most painful part is that those who love him most are silent. His mother, Guldem Yaman, was always his strength. Today, that strength is slowly crumbling while she remains silent. But a mother feels, and I'm sure she knows what's happening. The time has come to act, to intervene, because if she doesn't do it now, the cost will be eternal. The public still remembers him as the young man who made it on his own, who fought with effort and talent. But every day that passes with Sarah by his side, that image fades. He gave everything in this relationship: fame, values, respect. And what did he get in return? Provocations, sensual poses, empty headlines, nothing genuine, nothing that lifts him up. Can Yaman is not just an actor. He's a public figure who impacts thousands. And seeing him disappear like this, without resistance, is like watching someone dig their own grave thinking it's a garden. He believes he's free, but in reality, he's chained, trapped in a golden illusion. This story will not have a happy ending. We all feel it. We've seen too many great people fall because of wrong choices. But there is still time. It's possible to turn back. But for that, Can needs to cut off everything toxic around him. And the first step must come from his family. Guldem, your son needs you. The man everyone once admired is still there, behind the smoke. But if no one pulls him out, he will be lost. And with him, everything he once represented for us will be lost too. It's not just Can who is suffering, we all are, those who believed in him. We, as fans, have done our part. Now, it's time for his loved ones. Now, it's time for the family. Sometimes I stop and think about what happened to that Demet Özdemir we used to admire so much. The young woman who radiated energy, who conveyed tenderness with just one glance, seems to have gradually faded away. I'm not talking about her fame, which clearly still exists, or her career, which continues to grow. I'm talking about her soul, about that inner light that once made her truly unique. Today, what I see is a calculated, restrained figure, almost empty. Some might say she simply matured, that she's going through another phase. But what I perceive isn't maturity. It's a kind of loss. There's something in the way she presents herself that feels forced, as if she's playing a role off-screen. Every gesture, every public appearance seems carefully crafted, as if she's afraid to show who she really is. And that's what hurts the most. Because those of us who followed her from the beginning believed in her authenticity, in her freshness, in her unique way of living emotions without filters. But something changed. Unconvincing relationships, heavy silences, confusing choices. All of that started to distance us from her, as if she wanted to build a wall between her past and her present. And that past, inevitably, bears the name of Can Yaman. No matter how much they try to hide it, that story left a mark that can't be erased. It was a bond that went beyond the screen, that touched thousands of people. And yet, Demet chose to act as if nothing ever happened, as if it were possible to rip out such a meaningful chapter from her life. Many blame Can for walking away, for avoiding her, for not facing their bond. But I think Demet also chose to escape, just in a different way. She chose silence, distance, the untouchable image. She didn't explain, didn't clarify. She simply withdrew emotionally from that stage. What's saddest is that in trying to appear strong, she ended up seeming distant. Her image gives off coldness, detachment. What once made her feel close, human, has been replaced by a kind of empty perfection. And behind every flawless photo, every rehearsed smile, there's a truth that cannot be hidden. She no longer moves us like she used to. I don't speak with resentment, but with nostalgia. Because I know that behind that facade, there's a woman who once gave her all, who was genuine, intense, real. That Demet we love so much seems to have gone into hiding, and what's left is a version shaped by pressure, by fame, by fear of judgment. Some even blame her for ruining what she had with Can, for manipulating, for playing with emotions. I don't want to judge her like that, because no love story ends because of just one person. But I do believe she chose a path where appearances mattered more than truth. Today, she's surrounded by new faces, new projects, new opportunities. But that doesn't always mean fulfillment, because a successful career doesn't fill the emptiness of the soul. And in her eyes, despite all the popularity, I no longer see the same spark. I see distance. I see coldness. I see solitude. Maybe one day she'll look back with different eyes. Maybe she'll make peace with who she was and what she left behind. Because you can't live your whole life hidden behind a mask. And I truly hope it's not too late to reconnect with the real woman, the one who wasn't afraid to feel, to show her soul. Demet has talent, she has charm. But true brilliance isn't measured in contracts or magazine covers. It's felt in the soul. And hers, right now, seems to have chosen silence. I just hope that one day she speaks again, from the heart.